In a bold fiscal maneuver that reignites a debate over national priorities, US President Donald Trump administration on Friday unveiled a proposed $163 billion to cut the federal budget, a seismic shift aimed at reshaping the government spending landscape in 2026. The blueprint advocates for slashing domestic expenditure while bolstering defense and border security, a strategy likely to intensify political fault lines in Washington. The budget proposal released Friday by the White House Office of Management and Budget outlines a sweeping 23% reduction in non defense discretionary spending, reaching its lowest point since 2017. Simultaneously, it envisions a nearly 65% surge in homeland security spending compared to 2025 levels. This is Trump's first budget plan since reclaiming office, signaling his administration's renewed focus on curbing what it sees as bloated federal bureaucracy while reinforcing national defense. OMB Director Roos Vought underscored the administration's commitment to a transformative fiscal policy, asserting the need for a budget that prioritizes American interests and fortifies national security. However, bipartisan skepticism swiftly surfaced. Democratic leader, notably Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, described the cuts as a betrayal of a working class American, accusing Trump of undermining essential services while rewarding billionaires. Republican Senator Susan Collins also voiced reservation, particularly criticizing reductions in program aiding low income households and expressing dismay over perceived inadequacies in defense funding. The Department of Education faces significant retrenchment with an estimated 15% cut, jeopardizing various educational initiatives despite assurance that funding of low income students would remain intact. The Department of Housing and Urban Development is slated for an almost 50% reduction, potentially destabilizing housing assistance framework nationwide. The State Department and the Internal Revenue Service are also on the chopping block, with the former absorbing the U.S. Agency for International Development and the latter seeing a $2.49 billion cut. A move criticized as bond could hamper tax collection efforts and inadvertently inflate the national deficit. This budgetary gambit seeks to align with Trump's enduring pledge to drain the swamp, targeting what his administration perceives as excessive government overreach. Yet the plan's feasibility remains contentious, and analysts highlight the looming $36 trillion national debt and warn that extending the 2017 tax cuts, also a Trump priority, could exhibit fiscal pressure, potentially adding $5 trillion more to the deficit. Congressional response will be pivotal. While Trump wields considerable influence within the Republican-ranked legislative hurdle abound, Senator Roger Wicker and others have hinted at the forthcoming negotiations to recalibrate defense spending, reflecting ongoing intra-party dynamics.